right, let's be clear. Everything Arc Raiders has done so far has worked. Arc Raiders didn't just launch strong, it kept players. We're talking 12 million copies sold and a player count that stayed high for months after release, which puts Arc Raiders in a category most multiplayer games never reach. And now devs are finally explaining how they pulled that off. Not with luck, not with hype, but with deliberate matchmaking choices that players are clearly responding to.
Are you not entertained?
All right, quick announcements before we jump back in. I know gaming is getting more expensive, so I wanted to start the year off right by giving back. I'm personally covering an Arc Raiders giveaway out of my own pocket for one special winner. The podcast has seen a lot of growth lately, and this is my way of showing love and appreciation to the community for rocking with us. To enter, it's simple. Make sure you're subscribed, like this video, and drop a comment letting us know what platform you play on and what playstyle you're running Arc Raiders. Make sure you check out the pinned comment in the description below for all giveaway details and follow us on our other social medias so you don't miss out on future giveaways. We are also officially launching our Patreon, which is how we'll continue to grow the channel and fund bigger and more frequent giveaways going forward. So definitely check that out in the descriptions as well. All right, let's get back to the show. All right, so let's talk about why this matters in a good way. Arc Raiders launched strong, but the real story is what happened after launch. Player counts didn't fall off. Sessions stayed active. Squads kept forming. And while a lot of multiplayer games struggle to keep momentum past the first few weeks, Arc Raiders has stayed healthy months later. Something you don't get by accident. According to the devs, one of the tools behind the consistency is what they're calling aggressive matchmaking, a system designed to keep games competitive, populated, and engaging instead of letting lobbies die out. So before we go any further, jump in the comments. Do you think Arc Raiders' aggressive matchmaking is the reason the game stayed fun and populated? Or would it have thrive no matter what because the core gameplay is that strong? Type matchmaking or gameplay in the comments down below.
So, Embark Studios, the developer and publishers, have confirmed Arc Raiders uses a type of aggressive based. The system considers player behavior, not just skill when forming lobbies. How does it work, you say? Well, the primary filter skill level, ensuring players of similar ability match together. PvP versus PvE playstyle. The game tracks often how you engage or avoid combat. Players who hunt other players or seek PvP are more likely to be grouped with similar, more aggressive players. You know, the Stallones, the Arnold Schwarzeneggers. Players who focus on PvE, more cooperative objectives, get matched together with more like-minded squads. You know, like the Bilbo Baggins, the Shires of the group. Why was this added? Designed to reduce mismatch frustration for peaceful players constantly run into more chaotic, focused raiders. The aim is to balance tension without forcing players into fights they don't want. Developers caveat says they admit it's not a full science, but they don't want to make it too predictable or exploitable. Behavior tracking is complex. It must balance engagement, unpredictability, and player satisfaction. The community's response and implications of some players appreciate being separated into playstyle aligned lobbies. Others argue it might dilute tension by reducing unexpected PvP encounters. The Reddit discussions also highlight that defending yourself can still count towards aggressive behavior, influence matchmaking. Ooh, that might be something I want to look at. New records show that Arc Raiders has hit an all-time high of 3.2 million active players as of January 4th, its biggest single-day count. This figure includes PC, the PlayStations, and the Xboxes. Context and broader concurrent stats on Steam alone, separate peak concurrent records near 480,000 plus. Nearly 500,000 players were observed around the same time. This suggests a strong cross-platform engagement trend, not just PC-centric activity. Also give into account the Steam Winter Sale discount, 20% off on many platforms, increased purchases and player activity. Holiday break players were off of work and or school, logged in more time. 12 million copies sold is a huge milestone. Data analyst Alania Analytics, I may have butchered that, shows Arc Raiders has sold that many copies worldwide across all platforms. This is significant for a non-free-to-play AAA extraction shooter, especially one released so late in 25. You have AAA games who don't hit that type of milestone so fast out the door. Timeline sales climbed steadily after launch. Early milestones hit multi-million sales shortly after release, and it's expected to grow even more through early 2026. Revenue generated over 3 million with an approximate retail price around 40 USD. Arc Raiders has generated more money in such a fast amount of time. Steam accounts for 53 to 54% of total sales in January. Woo! A strong PC market condition. Don't leave the consoles out. PlayStation and Xbox together contribute the rest, showing cross-platform commercial traction and success. And they say that console players and PC don't get along. The genre impact. Arc Raiders remains one of the standout extraction shooters of 25 going into 26, gaining recognition for blending PvPvE with behavior-aware matchmaking. The community's concerns, despite success though, reports of rampant cheating, PC people, aimbots, wall hacks have surfaced, especially at higher skill tiers, and Embark is promising updates to their anti-cheat systems. You won't stop that. You can't stop that. As long as PC is in the equation. But the developer does have more future plans to Embark, actively balancing matchmaking, more behavior tracking, anti-cheats, and they have a long live service support ongoing for the system. So, in short, the game is highly successful, highly addictive, and is showing there can be change into these markets if done correctly, thoughtfully, meaningfully, and actually paying attention to your players' needs and or wants. Good job, Arc Raiders and Embark Studios. The cheating thing, like I said, that's in all games. You can't stop that. There will always be someone who just don't give a shit. Just like in Batman, there's always someone who just wants to see the world burn. Reese, how are you feeling with this tremendous news? Amazing success. And I know I can speak right now. My cousin is actually addicted to this game.
Yeah, I try to play this game every day, and if you've listened to the last few Arc Rated topics, you know I love this game. You know I've had a lot of fun with it. I have defended this game against some people saying there needs to be a PvE only mode. I even made a 2026 hopes dream video about what I would like to see and possibly could see, and I did note that they need to do better with the anti-cheating thing because a lot of people have been exploiting the game. I'll say that. And so you have to at least you have to try to keep the integrity of the game because there is people's loots on the line. And when anytime something feels unfair and you lose loot, that's when you're gonna get complaints like, "Hey, reinstate my stuff." I have seen certain posts in the community where they have went to Embark and said, "Hey, this person was cheating," gave over their Embark name and got their stuff back. Now I don't know that to be true. I've never done that, but that's just what I've seen. But yeah, I think like I said, even with everything, even without the suggestions that I made for 2026 for Arc Raiders, the game is just so fucking fun. They really have scratched the itch that no one thought was there. There was a comment saying, I think our Arc Raiders versus Battlefield 6 video, the commenter said, well, they're fundamentally different with very limited crossover. And I said, I think that's the whole reason why Arc Raiders is doing so well, because it is total opposite from Call of Duty and Battlefield. Like, it's a different experience. It's not the same old shit we see every 12 months. It's something new. And I just think that's the reason why Arc Raiders has been so successful. Now, this matchmaking thing, it's not a perfect system. For the longest, I did not shoot another raider for a very long time, and I was getting my shit pushed in when I first started playing. And so it's definitely not a perfect system. So don't ever rely on this system either. And from what I've seen, it takes a while for you to get into friendlier lobbies, let me say that who are just about like, hey, I'm just here to get shit, get out. I'm not here to shoot any raiders. And most of the time they say it's easier to get into those lobbies if you solo. I have tested it out. I can't confirm if everybody was friendly. I just know I didn't get shot at. So, yeah. And I've heard other people saying, "Hey, I get in friendly lobbies all the time. I have no issues." So, yeah, I would just say don't rely on this mechanic. It's still like the developer said, it's not a perfect science. And then two, people play different on different sessions. Maybe they didn't shoot their weapon for 5 sessions, but sixth session that you playing in, they feel like getting a little frosty. Okay, so it's very unreliable system. I would not rely everything on this system. So hey, always watch your back. Always look at everybody with suspicion, because that's just the essence of the game. But I'm very happy Arc Raiders is getting the access that it is, because I think it's rightfully deserved, and I think they're going to continue to do numbers as long as they keep this type of integrity. Even without the suggestions that I made in that video, I think Arc Raiders can continue on with what it's doing and how it's framed, and still probably have a high player count, concurrent player count, month after month after month. Let us know below how you feel about Arc Raiders. Are you playing? Are you addictive? Because I am. I will say I'm addicted to Arc Raiders right now. And do you see yourself playing this for the next what? It came out in October, another 8 months. Not saying that there's going to be a sequel. I think they can continue to build on this foundation. And yeah, let us know how you feel about it in the comments down below.